And the Bitcoin train continues. Another 5% on Bitcoin. Yesterday, I made a video that 100k Bitcoin is inevitable. I shared my technical analysis. Are we set for a pullback first? That's the discussion we need to talk about today. Are we going to get a pullback on altcoins? Are we going to get a flash crash? Will we get an opportunity to buy the dip? Remember, when you get moves like this on Bitcoin, it becomes very, very difficult to control your psychology. This is the biggest challenge now for investors and traders. You open your portfolio, you see it in the green, you're hearing videos that we're going to go to 100k. Do you FOMO in more? Do you add more? This is probably the most frequent question I'm getting since Trump won the election, and we need to talk about it in this video. If you like this type of content, as and when the market is moving, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. If you actively want to trade with me, you can do so. IjazCrypto.com/TG. We are actively printing altcoin trades on a daily basis. Go check that. Link is in the description if you want to trade, Bybit, BitGet. It's so easy to trade. I think a lot of people try to make it sound difficult to trade. It's not. I've got beginner tutorials. I'll link them up here for you guys to go watch. You can find them on my channel. Set yourself up on Bybit, BitGet, Mexi. Those are the exchanges I use. And you can take your first Bitcoin trade. The reality is a new Bitcoin crypto trader will be born every single day. And right now, money is flowing into crypto. Another $114 billion. That's billion with a B, right? Has flown into crypto right now. Let me just fix my screen there. Now, yesterday we saw 447 billion. That's a lot. 447 billion last week, sorry. This week has started off with 115 billion. It's not a joke. New traders are born every single day, and if we do not educate them, we could be getting wrecked, right? You got a big extended move here on Bitcoin. Should you be chasing these candles? No, absolutely not. You need to wait for pullbacks. You cannot enter. Even though it will keep running away from you, and if had you bought yesterday, you'd be in the green today, I understand. But these are bad habits because the market is trained, is designed to grab liquidity. And what market makers will do now is look to take advantage of overzealous longs. The market is experienced. Market makers much smarter than you and I, with better technology than you and I, are sat there plotting this liquidity, watching you and everybody else take these 150x leveraged trades, and they're watching exactly where you've put your stop loss. And you can see these liquidity levels live, right? You can see where this liquidity is sat. And so this market will at some point want to pull back, even if it's just to grab that liquidity. It'll be a flash crash just to trigger all your stop losses, and then we'll carry on back to the upside. So my position right now is I am not entering FOMOing into this market. Absolutely not. I will set limit orders, right? We spoke about this in yesterday's video. If you think you're going to get a retest back here at the previous all-time high at 73.8, you set yourself a limit order. Maybe you set yourself another limit order for 78, 79. If we revisit there, we're already knocking on the door of 85,000 here on Bitcoin. At some point, this market needs to recalibrate and retest some levels. And that's going to be healthy. I don't mind that. I want Bitcoin to do that. Remember, the more extended this move is, the more likely we are to have a bigger crash thereafter. So just want to maintain that we don't want to see too much FOMO. That being said, guys, this is not a fake pump, right? We've seen fake pumps in the past. We've seen manipulated markets. This is for real. And like I showed you, money is flowing into crypto. We know exactly why this market is moving. Bitcoin was already primed for its bull market. We had the Bitcoin halving. We've got the 4-year cycle. We have inflation coming to the downside, and then Trump going ahead and winning was the next catalyst. And now you're seeing big guys like Michael Saylor over at MicroStrategy buying another 27.2k Bitcoin. That's $2 billion worth. He's buying at these high prices, right? Why? Because he's proving that he's one of these guys who DCAs. And so you cannot compare to him, right? If you come to this market now and buy, just like right now, like Michael Saylor's doing, you're not Michael Saylor. You can't say, oh, I'm just doing what Michael Saylor's doing. Where were you at 15,500? Where were you at 20,000? Where were you at 25? If you were DCing at all those positions and you're DCing some more now, fantastic. That's the right thing. I'm talking about the new people who've come into crypto, or those with nothing in their portfolio who didn't buy when Bitcoin was down and depressed at all those low price points, who do not have a low cost basis. You're the ones that can't FOMO in because you are the ones that will get wrecked. And it's happened time and time again, right? Those people who bought here at 69,000, and then all that happened is the market started dumping all the way down to 15,500. And they never sold. They just panic sold later on when the market was suppressed. They didn't hold through that cycle, and then they'd be up on their money. So it's really important that if you like crypto, and you want to do some sort of long-term holding, you have conviction and you DCA. You wait for pullbacks, you DCA. You wait for pullbacks, you DCA. And over a long enough period of time, every single person who's ever bought Bitcoin, if they've held it, has made money. But that's the point. Had they have held it, if you are the type to panic sell, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on the gains on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a roller coaster. No one promised that this is going to move like the US dollar. Nobody promised this is going to move like a US 10-year government bond. If you're interested in slow and boring, go invest in this. Go invest in some real estate in New York or something. If you want boring, if you want exciting, if you want life-changing money, if you want crazy returns, you're going to get that in crypto, but that requires a different trading and psychology, right? You need a different mentality to make money in crypto, and you need to accept that. So altcoins popping off, right? You're seeing that everywhere. Big coins moving, small coins moving, layer 1 blockchains moving, layer 2 blockchains moving, your meme coins are moving. Absolutely everything is moving right now. And again, same principle applies. Do not FOMO. If you're trying to build a position in some of these coins, don't chase them. Wait for pullbacks. Phantom. Don't chase it. Wait for a pullback. If you're looking at Ethereum, why are you chasing it? Wait for pullbacks, right? I mean, when you're up here on a weekly candle on Ethereum, 29%. The week after, so far this week, up 3% more. You got to wait for pullbacks. You can't chase these things. It is what it is. You didn't accumulate in all these periods. Now you've got to be patient. There's no point chasing. All that's going to happen is if we do get a dump and you bought in at these high levels, you're going to panic sell about here. What's the point? You're just wasting money. We move, we pump down, we drop down another 6, 7, 8%. You sell at a loss. What is the point? Be patient is the main message here. Other thing to share with you guys, outside of Michael Saylor's, FTX is deciding to sue CZ and Binance for $1.8 billion. Take a look at this. It says here, FTX cites a 2021 transaction in which Binance and Zhao, which is CZ, exited their investment in FTX, selling a 20% stake in the platform and an 18.4% stake in its US-based entity. Alameda was insolvent at the time of the share purchase and could not afford to fund the transaction, the suit claims, labeling the deal a constructive and fraudulent transfer. He's actually trying to, this gets crazy, these lot are crazy. They're actually trying to blame Binance and CZ for what happened. So Binance have responded, the claims are meritless and we will vigorously defend ourselves. That being said, guys, the Trump pump continues, right? This market is excited. It wants to move in the positive direction. If you check in here, you can see on the US markets, Dow Jones above 44,000, right? First close above 44,000 on the Dow Jones. This is not the Nasdaq, the risky stuff. It's not even the S&P. It's the Dow Jones. This market is keen. The enthusiasm around Trump is continuing, and you're seeing that play out into Bitcoin. Just to remind you of my price targets here on Bitcoin, I've applied my Fibonacci levels, which is from swing low to swing high, right? And when you apply this, I shared with you guys already that my first target is 89,000, which is the 1.272 mark. Then we have 97,000, and eventually the Fibonacci golden extension takes you to $110,000 here on Bitcoin. Remember, there's no support and resistance on Bitcoin now. We're in price discovery, right? So it's very hard to find indicators and things that are going to give you good levels to DCA. So I'm going to use the Fibonacci. I'll share this with you guys as we go through these crazy days on Bitcoin, but that's my first target. Do not be surprised to see us maybe get close to here and then want to pull back maybe closer down to all-time highs. Depending on the enthusiasm in the market and how much bullish pressure there is, maybe we won't reach the previous all-time high. Maybe you'll just get a dip slightly down here to 76, 75, that kind of range before we start moving higher. Ultimately, we know we are in the pattern which I've been sharing with you guys. Shout out to those of you who've been watching daily all year. Right? Since March, we entered a boring, multi-month, pretty much the whole year consolidation pattern. We broke the pattern, we retested the pattern, and now we extended. What is the price target of that pattern, guys? Guess what? 97,000. What does that tie into on the Fibonacci level? 97,000. Look at this, guys. 97,000, the second Fibonacci level. This is a bullish continuation pattern. We know the macros tie up. We spoke about the macros with Trump, with the interest rate coming down, with the Bitcoin halving. We know the fundamentals are there in terms of the Bitcoin halving and the supply halving. We've had that, and we know now that the technicals stack up as well. When these indicators line up, my bias is to be bullish. So, those people who want to be permanently bearish all the time, this is how you get wrecked, because this is an asset class that once it decides to move, it will move. So right now, I'm being patient. I'm not adding crazy. I'm just waiting with limit orders. If, for example, you guys missed out on ADA and you didn't listen to my video saying I like ADA, even though everybody was so bored of it, and I kept making videos to say, guys, I'm holding ADA because it's a boring thing. That's why I'm holding it. And now you get a crazy week like this, which is 76.8% in a week, right? Now you can't chase it. You got to set yourself your limit orders and be patient. Same with Polygon. Everybody was sleeping on Polygon and bored of the whole Matic saga. Again, big powerful week, 35% up. So wherever you look right now in the market, you're seeing green. Your job is now to take advantage of it. It's not Pokemon. You don't need to catch all of them, right? Just pick a couple of coins that you like, play it patiently, wait for pullbacks, don't FOMO. Now, I'm also doing a short-term trading strategy as well, which relies on chart patterns, on TA, on a stop loss, and a take profit. I share all of that in the Telegram group, okay? So if you're interested in the short-term trades, which bring in cash flow to allow you to buy the dip when we get a market dip, you're going to be interested in the Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Last warning, cautious warning. You're going to get a lot of people entering crypto now. New YouTubers, new Twitter gurus, new trading gurus. Go watch my history. Go watch my oldest videos and you'll see how long I've been making crypto content. This is not, oh look, Trump is in power, I'm going to spin up a YouTube channel. No. I share videos on a daily basis. I have done. I've been trading this market and profitably trading this market for a very long time, right? You guys should not be FOMOing in right now. Everybody's going to be making videos that Bitcoin's going to go to this price target and Bitcoin's going to go to this price target, granted. But listen to the people that give you substance, that share the TA, that share the fundamentals, that don't just throw out random numbers. Like I can make this video and say, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to 500,000. So what? I am only sharing targets that the price patterns on the TA, which is textbook TA, by the way. You can take my TA course, ijazcrypto.com/TA, and you can learn this. I'm not making it up. 97,000, right? I shared the Fibonacci level with you. You can see it, 97,000. I'm not just shouting out numbers. I'm using numbers which have basis, right? And that's what you need to do when you're watching YouTubers or doing any research on crypto. Make sure that they're giving you rationale and basis behind their projections, not just shouting out random numbers, right? Because they're just trying to fuel the FOMO. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Just make sure you are not the exit liquidity. Make sure you're smart. Make sure if you're in nice profits and you want to trim a little bit, trim a little bit. That doesn't mean I want to be out the market. I'm more than in the market. But if I see opportunities where certain coins are getting a little bit frothy, or I really think there's going to be a pullback, I'm just going to take the cream off the top. Imagine a cappuccino. I'm just going to take that foam off the top. Doesn't affect my investment. I'm still firmly in the market. Just taking a little bit off and putting in some USDT, ready to buy the dip. Hopefully you enjoyed, guys. Smash up likes. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.